For the past 3 years, Rivenmaster.com has promoted teen and preteen singers, instrumentalists, actors, and dancers, and promoted them at no cost to those being promoted, I might add. They're all amazingly talented young people, but the man behind Rivenmaster.com is pretty amazing himself. Rod Johnson is active in his church and his community, especially in the area of mentoring to youth. Rod is a volunteer court-appointed special advocate for troubled youth, and he is the author and master of Rivenmaster.com. I'm very happy to welcome Rod Johnson to Good Morning Hudson Valley.
Well, we're really honored to be here with you today.
Keeping tabs on a large family is often a challenge, but staying up to date on the well over 60 or so talented young people you featured on your Rivenmaster Place site probably is a daunting task, but my guess is it's probably a labor of love for you.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Getting to know each of these youngsters and meeting their parents, whether by email or even in person, has just been a real blessing.
As I understand it, you had done and actually continue to do work with young people away from the Rivenmaster site. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, we've got a number of them that we have met personally, and we're working with a little bit, helping to build up their websites. We've got one in Canada that we've been working with, and we've got two in the U.S. and one way over in Norway. But we've got just a lot of different things that we're doing for them on their YouTube sites and just by way of promotional efforts. One in particular that came and visited me here in Grand Rapids, we were honored to be able to get him on TV, and it's just it's been a real blessing to be able to work with them.
What led you to start the Rivenmaster site?
Well, that's kind of I guess like you said, it was a labor of love. We had a YouTube site that had been up for years, and we had kind of monitored some of the other talent that was out there and what have you. And I saw a lot of the kids that were just really trying to get to be discovered and known. And because I do have webmastering talents, I said, what can I do to help these kids take it a step further? And it just kind of sprung from there. We had already had the Rivenmaster domain. I hadn't used it for years. And so we just kind of incorporated that into a promotional blog site and began to contact some of these parents of these children on YouTube. And it just, one thing led to another. It just has grown exponentially since then.
Where did the name Rivenmaster come from?
Well, that's a long story. Years ago, and I'm talking years ago, maybe 20-some years ago, I was a pretty avid user of the game Myst that started out. That was its first name, and then from there it led to its next sequel, which was called Riven, and then Myst Revelation, and on and on. And because I was an avid gamer, I built this website with a walkthrough for that particular computer game. And that's really where the name came from. Once the game kind of died down, I let the site go and just went dormant for a long time. But because I had the domain, I just left it there.
How would you describe the mission of Rivenmaster's Place?
Well, Rivenmaster's Place is really designated to try to help youngsters who are yet unsigned, although we've been honored to have a number of artists that are already signed or have become signed since on the site. And we have an affiliation with a few of the managers of various youngsters and some producers and some record producers that now I've got to know through the website. And so if we're able to get these youngsters out there and be able to have them seen, a lot more notoriety can come their way, and perhaps maybe even a signing.
So you're not a producer, you're not a manager, you don't own a record label. I would say you're probably a cheerleader of sorts, wouldn't you say?
Well, I guess you could call me that. We're really just interested in trying to help these youngsters along. Everything we do is pro bono. We're not licensed with anybody or signed with anybody or take any kickbacks, or not even interested in that. It's really all about just helping these youngsters get ahead.
Well, when I found your site, Rivenmaster's Place, which was over a year ago, I couldn't help but notice how, number one, how well done the site is, also the quality of the talent that you feature, and also the international nature of the website. You've got young performers from all parts of the globe.
Well, that's true. We've really been when blessed. We first started out, we had 2 youngsters from Australia, and from there it went all the way over to Trinidad and Tobago, and we've got some now from the UK, from Canada, from Germany, from New Zealand, just all over the place. You're right. They've stretched the globe pretty good. It's been very, very enlightening for me. I've learned a lot about different cultures, and we've definitely learned how to use Google Translate, because I'm not real good with a lot of different languages, but people have been very, very good to be able to work with me that way.
Without giving away all your trade secrets, the young performers that you write about on Rivenmaster's Place, do you find them, do they find you, or both?
I think it happens both ways. We have a variety of different people that have been a real blessing to my site, that are even going out helping me find some talent, and they'll send me little notes on Facebook or even through email and direct me to their YouTube pages, and I'll send out a number of invitations. But I also have a number of folks that will write to me as well, inquiring about the site, which we're really, really blessed when they do that.
I have 4 clips I'd like to play. These are young singers that have all been prominently featured on Rivenmaster's Place, and maybe you could say a few words about each one. The first one is Sam Santiago. I'm going to play a little clip of him doing a cover of an Adele song.
Sam is just an amazing 9-year-old boy. He's from Irvine, California. Sam has got a voice. He started singing when he was very young. He had a fantastic vocal coach that worked with him for a number of years, and he continues to do exercises and lessons. But Sam visited with us last July, I believe, or August, and he was actually able to sing an Adele song on television. It was his very first interview right here on WZZM in Grand Rapids. And his career is just blossoming. He's got a new YouTube site up now that he's pushing for several thousand subscribers, so we're hoping people will do that. But Sam is very, very enchanting, and he'll draw you in when you listen to him.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
That's young Sam Santiago. And the next is Alexandru, and I think I'll play the clip, and then you can say something about it.
It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't wanna miss out on a holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face. I should be playing in the winter snow, but
I believe Alexandru is one of the more recent additions to your site.
Alexandru is new. He's from Norway. He's just getting his start. He's been working with a manager called Stormbreaker over in England, and he was actually found by Stormbreaker, and Stormbreaker brought him over to London to do some video shoots, and I believe that that's where they did this cover for Justin Bieber's song. But Alexandru is an amazing young man. He's been doing a number of different concerts and things around his locality, and we're able to Skype with him and his family every now and then, but he's a talent that's definitely on the rise.
And the third one is 2 boys, and I believe they're also from Norway?
Yes, they are. This is Marcus and Sandra. They are also working with a new manager there in Norway now, and they've been a little bit quiet for the last few months, but I understand there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes there, some things which I can't publish yet, and we're just waiting for things to explode over there so that they can update me. But these boys have really got an amazing talent, and Marcus's voice has changed just over the past year or so, and they really blend well.
the first thing we can start with some trashing things around here. It shouldn't be too hard to see. We need to cleanse out the nature. There is no time to waste now. We have to solve this problem. The cars can use a different fuel, so we can stop the pollution. We want to live with. How
don't know if that was an original song, but they did a great job with it.
Actually, it was. That's what these boys are really known for the most. Marcus does all of the writing for the music himself. He composes and writes the lyrics for the music. And, of course, Sandra also is involved with some of the lyrics there. But they've got 2 brand new singles out. And one of them is called If You Fall. If you go to my website, you'll be able to find those singles there. But since then, of course, like I said, Marcus's voice has changed, and now they've got some fantastic harmony. They almost sounded unisons with this earlier version or earlier song.
And the final one I'm going to play is young A.J. Silva. A.J.
is from Orlando, Florida. This young man is going to be a superstar. I have no doubt in my mind about what is going on with A.J. He has harmonies that are just phenomenal. If you go to his YouTube site, you'll see they even split the video sometimes in 4 different parts. He'll sing all 4 parts of the harmony. He actually is involved a little bit with working behind the desk at the mixing table and what have you. Just an exceptionally intelligent and very talented young musician.
Oh, her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day.
A.J. Silva doing a cover version of a Bruno Mars song, and you heard that great harmony in that clip there.
Yeah, he really is amazing. I don't know of any other youngster his age that's able to do that many parts in harmony, and his pitch is nearly perfect. A.J., I know, does not use any auto-tuning whatsoever in his music, and I work pretty closely with his dad, and A.J. is also one that we're helping him out with his website.
When it comes to the work that you do and you are doing on the Rivenmaster site, what gives you the most satisfaction?
Well, I think what gives me the most satisfaction when we see them continue to grow and progress in their music and in their talent. And there's even been a couple that have been picked up and have been signed since we did their first article, and whether or not we're directly involved with some of that goes on, or whether these managers find them right from their YouTube site, really makes no difference to me. And just it gives me just a lot of satisfaction to know that we saw them at such a young age, and some of them singing in their bathrooms for acoustic's sake, and now making it big and actually starting to record some professional recordings. It just really gives me a lot of pleasure and joy to know that they've made it.
Have you found that your site is beginning to attract people from the music industry as well?
I'm having more and more interest in that way. I think that we've got a long ways to go where we want to be, but we have more than quadrupled last year in the number of readers and people that are starting to follow the site. Having managers write to me as of late to introduce their artists, yes, I've had more of that going on, and I'm very, very grateful for that. It's been just exciting to watch everything grow and develop, and I think probably one of the most exciting things is knowing a lot of things that I can't publish. That's exciting in itself.
Well, going forward, what are some of your hopes for Rivenmaster's place?
Well, we have hopes and dreams of taking it all the way to the point where we can see these kids get fully signed. If we're able to help them on a more personal basis or do a little bit of extra writing for them, we would be delighted to do that. We just want to see it continue to grow and continue to help all of those that are featured there. Rod
Johnson, who is the author and master of Rivenmaster's Place, I want to thank you very much for being our guest.
Well, this has been a real blessing, Bruce. Big honor to be on your show today.